Well, now we have in studio two representatives of home support, Emma Hanson and Tonae Williams. And Tonae is our scheduling coordinator, and Emma is our scheduling manager for home support. Well, let's start out with what is home support.
Home support, I know currently most of the residents are receiving home support services, but every day we still receive calls and people ask, what does home support do? And that's the reason why we're here. We're here just to do a refresher, about what home support services do. And most of the time, Tonae is here. Usually she'll pick up most of the calls and triage it to the managers. So that is why we are here today.
Oh. Okay, tell me what home support is then.
Yes.
So home support is basically in-home services. We send aides out into the home as well
aides.
Yes.
Okay.
CNAs and home care workers. They come out into the homes.
Okay.
They help the residents anywhere between 2 and 24 hours a day. That just helps them get ready for the day, get dressed, breakfast, out on campus. We take them to off-campus escorts like doctor's appointments, grocery shopping on the shuttle, and then we also do things in the home like laundry, light housekeeping, bed making, anything that you can think of that you need help with in the home that you're not able to do for yourself or that you'd like assistance with.
Yeah. So you actually work with the resident not only inside the home but outside. You go shopping with them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go grocery shopping?
Yes.
Or if I want something else, the aides will help me do that?
Yes. Anything inside, like the markets, they help you order your dinner during the daytime, and then we have an aide that can come and pick it up in the evening, so that's not something that you have to scuffle along with trying to do. But we also do like the campus shuttles to take you to like Giant, Walmart, Trader Joe's, anything off campus that you're not able to go to because you don't have a car, because you need assistance with picking out your items. So our aides do that as well.
So, then aides are, I guess, there's a lot more service from an aide than I thought. I didn't realize the aide would accompany you to the Giant and help you do your grocery shopping.
Oh yes. Our aides do a lot. They can help you change clothes in your closet. They can help you write out your thank you cards and holiday cards and anything that you.
So anything that I need help on in the apartment, the aide will be there to do it.
Yes.
And I can have an aide, you say, from 2 hours to 24 hours.
Yes.
So I would assume 3 shifts. Is that?
Well, it doesn't have to be. You can have 2 hours a day, and if you need more than that, we have a lot of residents who get 2 hours of help in the morning to get them up and going, and then we have some that get 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the evening to put them back down for the night.
Okay.
Yes.
But you said 24 hours. Also, I could have one. If I had 24 hours, it would be either 2 aides at 12 hours a shift or 3 aides at 8 hours a shift?
We do 3 hours, 3 shifts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Around the clock care.
Yeah.
Yes, and one thing that I'll add on is not just going to shopping. Let's say if you have a doctor's appointment in the medical center, our aide will take you. They will come early morning, get you ready, and take you to the medical center. And also, let's say if you have like doctor's appointment off campus, for instance, if you have to go to the Innova Fairfax Hospital, our aides will go with you. Most of the time, what is being done is they will schedule like transportation to go with the aides. So once it's time, we can meet you at the lobby. If you want us to come to your apartment, we can also do that. Yeah.
How many aides do you have on campus?
Right now we have about 150 aides. So
about 150 who work?
Aides, who work for us right now.
And those, they work for Green Spring?
Yeah, they work for Green Spring.
And then we also have outside aides who come in.
No, we haven't used the outside agency contractors for a while. But right now, all the aides that are working for us are Green Spring Home Support.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, and still, if I, as a resident, and I had a aide before I came here, and I could still hire that aide from outside.
Yes, you can do that. But one disadvantage about this is we've been having like an ongoing issue. We have some of the residents that have their own agency, like from private agency, not through home support. But let's say something happened and the aid doesn't show up. They do call home support and say, where is my aid?
Yeah.
Most of the times we don't know who the agency is, but we dare to assist. So what we can do is sometimes we call security to go check on the client. But then let's say if it's like really emergency situation, home support, the way our services work is we have to send an RNS to do an assessment. So it's a little bit process there before we can send an aid. So that is why we encourage Green Spring residents to utilize the home support services, because in case of emergency, you have somebody immediately to assist you, as compared to, let's say, you utilizing an outside agency or a freelancer that we don't have any information about.
And you have no control over them.
We don't have no control.
So there's,
yes.
So the people who have outside aids, they are their responsibility and not any of Green Spring responsibility. Except Green Spring needs to know who's coming on campus.
Yes, on the property. But then sometimes they do get confused with their aides and home support aides. So let's say if they call and say it's 10 o'clock and my aide hasn't showed up, we have a system that we can check. So we do go back to them and say, we do apologize, but the aide is not from home support. But they say, but I need to talk to her. We don't have any information with the agency. But then once you utilize home support, then it's easier, because we can just call the aide at any minute, find out where they are, even if it's weekend, midnight, anytime. We operate 24/7.
Because they work for Green Spring.
They work for, and usually we have like on-call services. So let's say if your aide is supposed to come at 8 a.m. and the aide hasn't arrived, we have an on-call person that will call the aide immediately. We also have nurses on call. We also have managers on call. So anytime you can access us, as compared to using a private aide that we have no information about.
Okay, so if I need, say I need an aide, and I get 3 or 4 different aides in, and there's one that I would like to have all the time. Can I go to you and say, I really would like to have Jenny as my aide all the time?
Yes, and I'm glad that you asked this question, because one of the things that home support strive to do is to provide consistency. Because once we provide the consistency, we realize that most of the clients are very, very happy. So of course, whenever you like, let's say an aide named Mary, and you want them all the time, which we usually get calls, that's why Tonae is here. Tonae will make sure that she coordinates that aide comes all the time. And what we usually do is, we know that some of the aides take vacations, so we make sure that you have 2 or 3 aides, that whenever there's emergency, at least you have a core group of people that will be assisting you. Because we don't like the fact of sending different aides, because sometimes you don't get the best quality care.
And they get sick.
Yes.
Or they have something else they have to do.
Exactly.
Therefore
yes. So we will make sure that you have like maximum of 3 aides that you are familiar with. So let's say if somebody calling sick or they are on vacation, you're still going to get the best quality care. Yes.
And you all pay close attention to this, I
We
presume.
pay very, very close attention. We have there's 3 schedulers in the office. So we have one that particularly focuses just on that. Every day she's calling residents asking, well, what did you think about Mary? Or what did you think about Kathy yesterday? Or would you like that person to come more often? And then she works with the aide to make sure that they're available on these days and they understand that this is their resident. And
do the aides have a specific uniform?
Yes.
Our aides wear the royal blue tops.
Royal blue top.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And any bottom, but
no, they're supposed to wear with khaki, navy blue, or black. And
bottom.
Yes, for the bottom. And also winter time, they are supposed to wear like solid colors, like navy blue, black sweater. They're not allowed to wear red, green, like those bright colors. Yes.
But royal blue is the standard top for the Green Spring aide.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What else you got for me?
Another thing that we want to talk about is most of the time the processes of home support. Before, let's say, before an aide can go to a client's home, you have to make sure that you call us first. Then we have to go through the assessment process. what the assessment means is.
So okay, what does
So
it mean?
what assessment means is before an aide will go and give you a services, an RN will go and do the assessment to determine your level of care. So which means they will go to the client home, check what kind of services, would they need 2 hours or more, would they need 24 hours. So once that is in place, that one we don't charge for that. You get a free assessment whenever you need services. Then the nurses will come back, document all the information, then we do schedule the aides. So once we schedule the aides, then that's when you start having services. But in most cases, we have some clients that they will say we need an aide right away, but in most cases we cannot do that because wherever that goes to the apartment has to be able to know what kind of services you get. For example, do you need a medication reminder? Because if a medication reminder.
Okay.
So let's say if it's not in the care plan and you're supposed to take your meds, the aides wouldn't know. That is why it's very, very important that we do the assessment. Also, some of the aides have to do like vital signs. So that's why it's very, very important that the aides go.
Vital signs?
Yeah.
So they take blood
Yeah,
pressure?
check your BP.
So aides will do that too?
Yes, it's requested.
They don't have to be a nurse?
Yes, they don't have to be. They can do the basic vital, but it all goes back to the end, the RNS doing the initial assessment in order for you to get the best quality of care.
Who does the assessment?
It'll be a registered nurse.
A registered nurse does the
A
assessment?
registered nurse, and she does it with the resident, and sometimes the family members oftentimes take place in it. And that just creates a basic care plan to give you the quality care that you need. So we do anything from medication reminders only, just saying, hey, it's time for you to take your medication, and they assist you with that, or they can create it so that we know what days you like to take your shower, which days you don't feel well and you want to take a sponge bath, where you like to eat, what you like to eat. It's very down to the T, catered to the resident himself.
Would the aide cook for a resident?
Oh, our aides make good eggs.
Make good eggs.
They
huh?
make good
Breakfast?
eggs.
Yes, they do.
Good omelets too?
Yes,
Good omelets
Oh,
too.
good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And one thing that we add to that is usually we want all the residents to know that home support is open to all kind of services. And like for instance, I think about a month ago, we have a resident that utilized home support services, but then she was going through like an issue, like she did order like grocery and it wasn't delivered, and she was calling different people, but she didn't get the assistance that she needs. So she realized that, oh no, maybe I can go to home support services to help, even though they don't do that. And when she came to the office, she walked in, and luckily for her, I was just standing down the hallway, and I said, yes, sure, I can assist you. So once I talked to her, I realized that she was charged for something that she wasn't it wasn't delivered. So but then I know that Tonae likes to shop, so I said, Tonae, would you be able to assist this resident? And we were able to work together as a team. We called the grocery store and make sure that she delivers. So it's not just providing services. Anytime you think you need help with anything, you can always stop by and we'll be able to assist you.
Well, thank you all very much. We're out of time, but I'd like one more thing. This is not paid for by Medicare, is that?
No.
Home support is private pay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.